And we're live. What up, YouTube? We're in the playoffs. I got a new guest. Damn Star Game, Mrs. Mary.
Hi.
Hey, yeah. Whew. I don't know if this time last year I thought we'd be in this position because things was all fucked up.
A lot has happened in the past year.
But
A
then,
lot.
but we are definitely here now, and I usually start with special teams. How do you think special teams gonna go this week for us?
I mean, everybody's worried about Greg for good reason. That's the biggest issue on special teams. I just don't understand. I mean, because he's missed field goals in Cowboy Stadium, and Cowboy Stadium is a dome, so the weather is not a factor. It won't be a factor on Sunday. I just don't understand how he can't at least make it in a dome. You practice inside and outside. It's not going to be windy. I don't understand why it's going wide left or wide right. But that's my biggest concern is Greg. And it's not even that his kicks are short; they're just off. So he still can kick it long. He just can't make it. That's my main concern. But I also don't want to leave it up to him if we need to score. So, if we need, I don't want to be held to a field goal. We need to score 7 every single chance we get. And I don't want it to be any situation where it's the end of the game and we need his kick to win it.
And the thing with Greg that pisses me off, Greg is missing 35-yard field goals. I'm like, What the fuck? Now, if you're missing 55-yard field goals, hey, it is what it is. And it ain't even.
Or in bad weather, like I understand. But like I said, that Cardinals game, like we're in a dome. It doesn't make sense.
Closed.
Yes, I don't understand. It's crazy.
And actually, what pisses me off even worse is the missed extra points.
Yeah, those should be gimme points. Those are here you go. There's 7.
And then he's missed 6 extra points. He's missed 6 extra points and 6 field goals. So that's 12 kicks altogether.
Yep. I remember when we had Dan Bailey when he was in his prime, and I remember like when it was time for him to kick the extra point, I'll bathroom break. I already know he's gonna make it. Like
field goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, it's a kick. You like what's going on today? What the hell is going on with Dan? Y'all ain't him his banana in the locker room. What the hell's going on? Dan no wrist kicks.
Exactly.
Greg, you like this?
I don't even look. I'm like, oh Lord, please, please. And I just know by the crowd's reaction if he made it. But like I don't like to watch him kick at all.
Like, what the hell's one thing I'm glad this year, Anger's money on them punts.
Oh yeah, he's been amazing. I mean, we had to deal with Chris Jones when he started falling off, and people kind of ignore the punter a lot.
15-yard punt.
Yeah, exactly. Some people kind of ignore the punter, because it's not a flashy position, but when it's giving the other team really good field position, you start to notice, and he's one of the best in the league this year. He's been amazing.
He is actually one we're going to have to get that contract extension to in all season.
Yep, 1,000%.
Yeah, I don't really see San Francisco's kick and punt return teams as a big threat. I'm like, I don't really see them busting a big kick on us.
Yeah, I don't see that either. And I also, this is one of those games. Everyone's been talking about 49ers bad matchup, this and that, leaving out a lot of context. We already know, of course, that's what they do. But, it's about that time to block another field goal or a field goal or a punt. I mean, we've done it several times this year, and I can think of only one time where it wasn't successful. So,
and even that was BS.
Yeah, that rule was like, I mean, that was just a game where it's like anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and it was.
I was like, really?
That was awful.
Yeah, that Broncos game. I think I woke up that morning not really caring about the game.
Yeah, me too.
And it was like the Cowboys played exactly like that.
Yeah, it's like they didn't think about it like we did. And I remember I woke up just in time. Like I rolled over and I was like, oh, 11:55. Let me turn the Cowboys game on. And from beginning to end, it was just awful. So awful to watch.
I was looking at that game like,
yeah.
I don't even think I got mad at all. I'm like,
yeah, I didn't even get worked up as I usually do. I was just like, here we go.
like Tim Patrick beat Diggs for a TD. I said, yeah. It ain't like
yeah.
It's just not going to be one of them the games.
Yeah.
CD was open all game and Dak couldn't hit him. I'm like,
I didn't even see the end of the game where we scored 16 points. Like I fell asleep and like something woke me up and I was like, oh, we scored 16. Like that's how bad it was.
I think I tried to cut the game off, but I just couldn't. I'm like, man, what the hell is wrong with these motherfuckers?
Yeah, so we have successful blocked field goals and punts. So, or maybe it's just punts, but I feel like we did at least one field goal this year.
They blocked the extra point.
Yeah, I think they did.
Once.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I see that coming. I think they're going to be extra aggressive on all sides of the ball. They're just going to throw the kitchen sink at them.
Okay, yeah, we're going to get in the defense against their offense. I think this is where everybody thinks they're going to rush for 400 yards this week.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Debo is a beast. He is hard to game plan for because he can run the ball. He can be a receiver. His yards after the catch. He's elusive. All that stuff. Not taking anything away from him in that aspect. He's a legitimate weapon. But people aren't talking about the 10 drops he's had. They're not talking about who's throwing to him. Jimmy G. Jimmy G has 20 TDs on the year. Looking at his playoff stats, I mean, 2020, his first playoff game, 131 total yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Second game, 77 yards, 0 TDs, 0 interceptions. Only attempted 8 throws. And then in the Super Bowl, when they really needed him to be able to throw to win the game, he couldn't do it. 1 TD, 2 interceptions. I mean, everybody knew about that defense that year, how great it was. I mean, he really just, had a first-class ride to the Super Bowl on the backs of everyone else on that team. And no one's talking about it. No one's talking about it at all. He's not. If he was as good as a legitimate QB, as good as even on Dak's level or anybody else's level in the playoffs, they wouldn't have drafted Trey Lance, period.
Right.
And no one's talking about that. He's the weak link on that team.
You actually think we're going to see a lot of Trey Lance Sunday?
I would not be surprised if he came in for, some trick plays or certain packages. I wouldn't be surprised. But they're going to have the ball in Jimmy's hands for the majority of the time, unless things just get out of hand, which would be awesome for us. Things just get out of hand and he gets benched because he's that bad, which I won't hate. But yeah, I think it's only going to be, Trey Lance is super inexperienced. As much as I'm talking shit about Jimmy G, they're going to go with the more experienced quarterback for the majority of the time.
Yeah. To me, our biggest thing is short tackling. We We damn can't be because we done had a few games this year where we tackle like shit.
Yeah, 1,000%.
If we go out there and tackle like shit, we're gonna be mad at the end of the day.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and we can't have that with somebody like Debo and George Kittle too. You can't forget how good George Kittle is. Outside of both of them, they have Elijah Mitchell. He's no slouch in the run game. So they definitely have to wrap up, finish the tackle, hit hard, knock them all out.
Can't be missing your gaps.
Nope. Got to be ready. Because I think that's what I think the 49ers are going to try to really just be a running team, keep the ball out of Jimmy's hands for the most part. So we have to make them one-dimensional. We have to, whatever they try at running the ball, the different formations, whatever the case may be ready for it, stop it all, maybe cause a fumble or two, and then they're like, oh, shit, we got to throw now. And that's going to be a problem.
So, one thing the Cowboys definitely going to have to be good with their eyes. Because it's going to be a bunch of motions and everything.
Misdirection, yeah.
So the Cowboys definitely got to be good with their eyes this week. Because if not, they're going to get carved up in that running game.
Oh, definitely. It's a game where I really, really wish that we did have Brent Urban. Because I think that would be a huge, huge help.
I think I was saying on one of Nick's things on Twitter, this would be a good game for Quentin Bohanna to shine.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah, definitely. Because he's had some flashes this year.
Plug up that middle. We need that middle.
He's a big boy. That'd be great. And you know what? LVE, if he could channel 2018 LVE.
We damn need Donovan Wilson to channel 20 Donovan Wilson.
Exactly.
We need some guys to channel it just for one night only. Whoever, because you're going to have to be physical this game.
Yep.
You can't be pity-pat tackling them.
I mean, that's one thing that, all these media people have been saying is the Niners are physical. They're physical. Well, we just need to show them that we're just as much, if not more physical. They try to run it, knock him down. Pass it to Debo, knock him down. Like, don't let them gain too many yards after they have the ball in their hands. Knock all of them down.
And I think this would be a big D-Law and Micah type game. These are the type of games. Because I don't think Trayvon's gonna get a whole lot of chances at interceptions. Because Jimmy don't really throw on the outside; he's gonna be throwing it up the middle.
Oh yeah, Jimmy. And then like his yards per attempt. He's like, in the playoffs, which, like I said, this was like a few years ago, but like his yards per attempt were like 5.5, 4.81 in the Super Bowl. Yards per attempt in the Super Bowl was 4.81.
So that is barely line of scrimmage.
Exactly. So, I don't think Trayvon Diggs is going to get a lot of opportunities, unless unless they're feeling froggy, and they just want to see if they can chunk it up and test them. Be my guess, but no, I don't think he's going to get a lot of opportunities either. It's going to be a D-line game versus D-line. Whose D-line can wreak the most, is in my opinion.
Oh yeah, you see that question? How do you think we do this? I think honestly, this is a good game to have J-Ron Kearse back.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking as well. I think that's a good matchup for Kearse.
Because he's been money on tight ends all season.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the only game a tight end has really killed us was the first Bucs game.
Yeah, Gronk killed us, but was Kearse on him that game? I can't even remember.
Not actually really. They was still really doing Kazee and Donovan Wilson.
Yeah. Gronk killed us, but I do think this is a great matchup for Kearse. I really do.
I like having Curse back this game, even though Kittle's been on fire since he came back from injury.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said earlier, Kittle and Debo are both very, very, very legitimate weapons at their position, so we can't take them lightly. But I do like that matchup with Pierce. But the way to stop him, the best way to stop him is, like I said, our D line. Just stop Jimmy G first.
If we can get them in passing situations, I like our D line to get home.
Yeah, I mean, I know Micah, or maybe it was D Law who said it. Get them in third and long situations, and then boom. That's really their biggest plan. I mean, because I think they're expecting them to run on the edges a lot or disguise their runs first and second down. So they're going to try to stop them early, get them in tougher situations on third down, and then bring everybody towards Jimmy G.
Yeah, do you think they have an X factor on offense? We ain't really looking at like Brandon Ayuk.
I like Brandon Ayuk. I definitely think that we often on defense we get got by a random guy. So I mean, I definitely wouldn't put it past them to catch that and have a big game. But I mean, we got a lot of guys that can surprise people, and you can't cover them all. So yeah, DMV. I brought up Elijah Mitchell earlier. He's also underrated as a running back, and we're gonna have to definitely account for him.
Yeah. I mean, Kyle Shanahan running game is just like his dad's. It actually don't matter who they put back there. It is gonna work.
Yeah. No, I mean it's. I wish that we would adopt some of those concepts.
Who you telling? All we did get is Zeke up the gut, Tony Pollard up the
gut. It's very. See, I'm not familiar with Juwan Jennings, but see, like I said, it'll be a guy that we least expect to get us. A lot of times with our defense, we might. I mean, I don't want to say that Antonio Brown is a random guy, but I think our defense was so focused on Mike Evans and Leonard Fournette. You got Antonio Brown out here, and he cooked us. And I guess we just forgot how great he was, or something. And
I did. I'm like, damn, that damn was ABL.
Yeah, he cooked us. So I mean, guys like that, catch you off guard. We just got to be able to.
Playing Tampa again.
Yeah, we don't get to see him again. He's a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and he's not there anymore. So we just got to get past this game, and we can see what happens next. But yeah, no, I agree with the chat. Mitchell and Debo are huge. Not familiar with Juwan Jennings, but yeah, Ayuk, all those guys. We gotta, like I said, they have some great weapons, but their biggest weakness is their QB. I mean, a lot of QBs, it's the normal stat for any QB besides Dak, who's great under pressure when they're blitzing. But with Jimmy G, you don't even have to blitz. You don't even have to have pressure on him, and he throws some bad passes or fumbles. So, I mean, I would be very, very disappointed if we don't get at least 2 turnovers in this game.
And if you throw it wild against our secondary, we're going to get it.
Yeah, exactly. We hold on to the ball. They can, I mean, Kearse has done some crazy plays, Anthony Brown has as well, Trayvon Diggs. They aren't just getting easy interceptions. They're getting ones that they really work for. So if they're throwing it, then I feel like Jimmy G will give us a few gifts, some New Year gifts for us.
And after the past couple weeks, you actually know what I would like for us to do. Keep Kelvin Joseph outside and have Anthony Brown and Jordan Lewis in the slot.
I agree. I really like Kelvin Joseph on the outside. I think that's been great. 1,000%.
I'm like this. The defense looks better with him and Diggs outside. That is just.
I agree. Definitely agree.
Okay, let's get into the sexy side of the ball, the offense. I think, I know for me, it is, we actually need to start off with tempo. Get
yes.
back in the rhythm.
Yes. 1,000%.
We can't be going 3 and out.
Yep.
Because if you go 3 and out and they get on one of them 6-7 yard drives, I'm gonna delete all my social media.
No, 1,000% agree. So I don't remember the exact numbers, but Professor O on Star Gang, we talked about it maybe a few weeks ago, where on every down, whether it's first, second, third, or even fourth, regardless of distance, when we do up tempo, we're more successful than when we don't. So like we're at over 60% when we do up tempo on every single down, which is very rare for any team to be that successful on every single down when they're running up tempo. But it's over 60%. And then the lower tempo is like over 40%. But it's a clear difference in up tempo is the regular tempo. So especially when we're like, if we get the ball first, just go out there and just boom, 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 boom.
I actually really want us to get the ball first. I really do. Because I actually want to make them play our game. Because if we can go out there and go up 7-0, that actually puts pressure on them to score. But if they get the ball first, grind out a 6-minute drive, even with a field goal, now they're putting pressure on us not to go and have a 3 and out.
See, that's a good point, and I do like the idea of going out there and putting some pressure on them, but I just really like getting the ball after halftime. Like if we're behind for whatever ridiculous reason, we we have halftime, we come back in, we regroup, and that's been a good quarter for us for the most part over the years. Third quarter has been a great quarter for us. So I like the idea of getting it after halftime. And even if we're winning by a lot or just winning in general, it's like continuing the momentum after the first half. But I mean, I can definitely see your point as well about wanting the ball first.
Because I didn't put it like this and let us go up 17-0. Y'all, they ain't coming back.
They're not coming back from that. What do y'all think in the chat? DMV, William Spencer, if y'all still there, like, what do y'all think? What do y'all want? I see your point, which I kind of like that idea, but I'm sticking with mine. After halftime, I want the ball back.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it all depends on how the game's going. Like now, if you're losing, you like, please let's get the ball back after halftime. But I don't know.
I'm very glad also. Oh, what are you going to say?
Because I actually got this quiet confidence going into Sunday.
I do too.
It ain't going to shock me if we jump out 24-0.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Like, I really have this great feeling, which a feeling isn't logical, but
I'm with you.
But you know how sometimes you just have a feeling.
This ain't one of them games where it feel like, man, I think we might lose this. I don't know why. Like all that week versus the Cardinals, something in me was like, man, something ain't gonna go right Sunday.
See, yeah, I felt the same way. I like when I woke up earlier that day, I was like, I was, because like I feel like for us as Cowboys fans, we pick us to win a lot. People are like, oh, y'all are delusional, whatever, whatever. But like really looking at our roster, looking at what we have, at our best, we are very hard to beat. So I don't think it's delusional to pick us to win. But I woke up that morning and I was like,
I was like, I don't know what it was because we got to the stadium so early. I am sitting there, it's cold. I'm like, man, I don't know. I was like, I just don't know today.
Yeah.
It's like I just don't know.
Yeah, but this feeling, I have a really good feeling. I have
how the game started. I'm like, okay, and I don't know why. I damn wish they would tell us, but why do they only call holding on us at the third down conversion?
I know. Oh God, it's ridiculous. That Cardinals game was one of the worst. What up?
What's going on? How y'all doing? Yeah, let me get my camera right. How y'all doing?
Nice to meet you, like face to face, kind of.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm still trying to get this volume together. I could barely hear you right now. But yeah, definitely good to meet you face to face. It's been probably a couple years since I've been a part of the Star Gang. So.
Oh, good. Thanks for watching and being there. Appreciate it.
Yep, definitely. So yeah, I was in the comments and stuff, putting kids to bed and all that stuff. You know the jazz.
So what do you want the ball first or do you want halftime?
I want them to have the ball first. Except, it ain't like 8 Mile, where he just like let that bitch have it first. Like, yeah, I want Jimmy G to go out there and mess it up. I think our defense really sets the tone for us. So I'm okay with them getting the ball first. Me and Elton, we talked about this. I know Elton was like, hey, I want the ball first because, I think they'll be playing catch up. But for me, I'm like, you had the ball first because I'm that confident in our defense. And
see, that's what I said too.
You said that's what you said?
Yeah, I said I like no matter what happens in the first half, like getting it in the third quarter, like either we're up ahead by a lot and we're coming in with great momentum and we just keep punching them in the face, or if by some reason we're like down, it gives us a chance to like, okay, we got this. We regroup, come back in and make something work. So I like having the ball at the beginning of the third.
I don't mind. But I think we might put our foot in their ass this weekend. I don't know why.
The more I'm thinking about it, the more I think so too.
Yeah.
I think we might put our foot in their ass this weekend.
I agree. I think we can.
I think this is a game where Mike McCarthy earns his check. This is why we got him here, because this is his 19th playoff game. You can't. That is invaluable. I mean, as much as Jason Garrett played in playoff, well, he rode the bench in playoff games.
Held the clipboard.
I mean, Troy, you was doing a good job. I mean, he did that. He did that. But as far as coaching, Mike McCarthy's coached in a lot of playoff games.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I got a good feeling, and I mean, we're just better. So we should play like it and just be better. That's it. Like regardless of what
they can cover better.
Yeah, we're better. So.
Yeah. So where would you guys play Mike at this game? Would this be a game that you kind of have him rushing a lot more, or would you guys have him in the Mike position?
I almost want him as a linebacker this game.
I've been thinking about this, and it's really hard because San Francisco is a run team, so I feel like we need him to be linebacker. But I also just want Jimmy G in the dirt. And so I don't know. I'm still torn. I'm still thinking about it. I don't know yet.
Yeah, I guess it also depends on how banged up Randy Gregory is, because I know in that Eagles game, he kind of had a banged up shoulder, banged up arm, or whatever the heck it was. So I think it depends on that. But we also need somebody to kind of set the edge a little bit too. And I know that's kind of been Randy's weakness a little bit as of late. He's been not as disciplined. in the run game, which this is a week that you have to be
very
very
important on the edges. Yeah. And
yeah,
then
I'm not worried about D-Law setting the edge.
Oh, he can definitely set an edge. That's a very underrated thing that he can do where people kind of just ignore it, but he's great at it. But Randy,
that's how you stop their run game. You got to stop their run game by setting the edge, and then the pursuit has to come flat down the line, and you got to try and catch Eli Mitchell before he gets going, because as you guys know, I put in the comments, he breaks the initial contact for the most part. So you just try and get him to 1-2 yards, and you get him in 3rd and 7, and thank you, because we're gonna get some picks. It's gonna happen.
It's going to be interesting to see if Trent Williams plays.
That's how I was going to bring up, yeah.
I know he hasn't practiced yet, but I'm like this, okay, I'm almost expecting him to play because it's a playoff game.
Yeah, I think they're just kind of, they're doing a lot of what the Cowboys did all season. The Cowboys did this all season with certain players. They're like, oh, I play. Like they did it with Dak, where they made it seem like he was going to play. Then you find out that they knew on Friday he wasn't going to play. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing something similar with Trent Williams, where they're like, no, he's not practicing. We're not sure. And then
man, bring his ass out there. He gets some too. Healthy or not.
I mean,
because if you look at it ain't like we don't know Trent Williams.
Yeah, we're
Washington for a decade. It ain't like they ain't used to playing against Trent Williams.
Yeah, we can.
I'm that confident about our defensive line and our rush that even with the healthy him, I'm all right, because somebody else, it don't matter. That's one player. You got 4 other guys that can get it too.
The funny thing to me is that everyone's talking about San Francisco's D-line, which they are good. They have Nick Bosa, all that stuff, but they only have like 7 more sacks than us. That's it. Just 7 more.
And keep in mind, we didn't have a lot of blowouts. We've had a lot of blowouts this year.
We took guys out in multiple games, or were games where we kind of just relaxed. Even if they were still in, we kind of just let shit happen. So
half the year, most of the guys were hurt too.
Yeah. D-Long was out. Randy missed time. Guys in the middle missed time. Like, we got 7 less sacks with those guys missing time. And people are just like, oh, their D-line is scary. Only got 7 more sacks than us.
Their D-line is not more scary than ours. I'll tell you that much. Not the way we fly.
Look at it. Our pass rush really didn't heat up to probably about the Vikings game.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, with D-Law out, and then, us just experimenting with different guys. Like, kudos to Arden Key, our Dirt, or I can't remember. Kudos to him. Kudos to Dan Quinn. They did some shuffling, and it was amazing. So we were just putting random guys on there, and when we had guys out, not to mention in the middle as well, and still only came up with 7 less sacks.
Yeah, Gallimore was out most of the year too, and that right there is an unsung hero for us. The national media don't even know who that guy is, but actually he's probably been a bigger reason why the rush has been better. Just him being there. I know D-Law gets a lot of credit, but they came back around the same time. And
both of them came back for the Saints game.
I mean, if you don't count Micah, because he's technically not a DE, or if a defensive lineman in general, we don't have any first rounders on that line. None. In fact, I mean, Randy's a 2nd rounder, D-Law's a 2nd, Neville's a 3rd, Quinn Bohanna 6th, rookie, Osa rookie, he's a 3rd or 4th. Like, these are guys that people were just like, Cowboys defense is gonna suck.
Is that linebacker?
Yeah, so people were just like, oh, that D-line is scary in San Francisco. 7 more sacks when we got a bunch of nobodies, and most of them haven't even played the year together.
But that's how Dan Quinn loves his defenses for the most part, man. He likes because we had trouble with it on draft day, not really seeing the big picture, but I'm just talking about me and Elton. I'm not talking about you. We didn't necessarily see the big picture on draft day until we got Jabril Cox. But you know, Dan Quinn had a vision for this defense, and he's carrying it out. And big kudos to him, man. Big kudos to him.
Yeah.
Because I was like this with the Michael Parsons pick. I'm like, I actually thought Michael Parsons was the best player on defense, but I'm like, Dallas ain't gonna use him right. That is a waste.
Yeah, facts.
I'm like Dallas ain't gonna use him right. It's a wasted.
That's
pick.
where I was.
Yeah, I think that's where most of us were, because it's like, oh, another linebacker that's gonna fall into like oblivion, and
yeah, I'm like, they just wasted this pick.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of fans were like that, but you know, defensive coordinators matter, I guess.
And I don't necessarily think they were using them right at first till they necessarily had to.
Yeah, that's what happened. We ran into a position where we had to, because Tampa Bay, he was playing Mike most of the time, and I'm just like, what are we doing?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, he shouldn't have been Mike in his first ever game. That's ridiculous.
Because
that's ridiculous. I don't think he should ever play Mike. Honestly, I don't like him at Mike.
Me either, to be honest. I want to draft a Mike. I know we're not there yet, but I want to draft a Mike.
Yeah. This your last trip around the rodeo. Unless he wants to come back for $3 million a year, then okay, I ain't gonna be mad at it.
Still drafting one. it is what it is.
Yeah, let's
do
it.
Do y'all think reffing is gonna be a big part of this game?
Who?
Reffing.
Reffing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So the ref for this game is the head ref is Alex Kemp. He calls a lot of false starts. So that's important for us as far as home field advantage and being loud when San Francisco has the ball and things like that. We can't have those, like, you know, obviously holding, you can call on every play. PI, you know, that's a judgment call. But false starts or, you know, lining up in the infraction zone, those are things we can control. We need to just be loud to force them to make those types of mistakes, because his crew is good for calling those types of mistakes.
Good news is we're at home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're normally not as bad. And Kellen is a lot better at calling plays at home, too. Just seems like the communication of the unit is just better. So they'll be able to hear Dak's calls. As long as we can get a crew that's going to call a whole bunch of holds and pass interference.
Yeah, holding and pass interference.
We get Hockley's crew again. I'm like, yeah, man, it's been a good season.
It's going. If we make it, he gonna be on there next week.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you, if we make it past this game, man, I think we win the next game. I think we'll see Hockley in damn Green Bay.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. And
we'll see about Green Bay.
I actually think if we win this week, I actually think we'll beat Tampa next week.
And you know what? You know, I can get on that train. I think we beat Tampa because what they killed us with is on IR and damn in rap studios right now. Hanging out with Kanye.
Yeah, AV and rap studios right now. So
yeah, thank you. Thank you for pissing him off. I'll take that. We'll beat the hell out of this team right now. We'll beat the hell out of them.
I agree. If you know, we can get past San Francisco, which we should, in my opinion. What do y'all think? I mean, I think Dak has always been good in playoff games, but what do you want to see from him?
I just need Dak to be Dak. I need Dak to be Dak. I don't think Dak's going to try to force no issues. I don't think Dak's going to try to play outside himself. I think Dak's going to find an open guy, and let's roll. My whole big thing is let's not bring plays back on dumbass penalties.
Yep.
You get a 30-yard game holding, and then you look at the replay. If the guy was brilliant, you're like, come on.
Yeah. I want him to run more if it's there.
I think he will.
I think he will too. But that's my biggest thing is, If don't force it and don't try to, do all that extra stuff that, got last time. But if it's there, take it and run.
I like to see Dak just quarterback the game. Don't try and do too much. It's a playoff game. Minimize mistakes. We don't have to get into I know he audibles a lot when they show different looks. Sometimes we might have to just eat it, and you don't have to just don't audible to the next play or whatever. And we just play to the chains and live for the next play. I would just like to see him not. I don't necessarily need him to throw for 400, 300 yards.
Yeah,
I just need him to hit the check down when he's supposed to do it. And when we get in the red zone, we got to score touchdown. And that's ultimately it, man. I mean, the best games for me for Dak this year wasn't like when he threw for 400 yards against the Raiders. It's like games where I guess maybe the first Giants game. I thought he played that game pretty well. He didn't try and do too much. He just took what was there. And that's really what we need him to do. And it'll speak for itself. The numbers will speak. The efficiency of the offense will speak. He just has to play within his game and not put too much on his shoulders. And let's move on to the next week.
Yeah, I agree.
Who do you think has a big game on?
I haven't really thought about this part.
It's going to be a bigger margin. For some reason, I think it's going to be a bigger margin. Because he ain't gave us that 200-yard game this year.
I mean, that would be awesome. I don't really know. This is another thing that media isn't talking about, that the Niners secondary isn't anything special at all. It's not. And they don't get interceptions like ours does. They get beat a lot. So, yeah, I think really any one of our guys could easily take over at any given moment. I mean, I was sad when Gallup went down with the ACL injury, but Cedric Wilson is shiftier. He's faster.
Great observation.
And he brings a different element to this offense. So that's kind of like one of the worst things that could have happened to a team like San Francisco, because he's going to get more opportunities.
Actually, the offense runs better with Said in the slot. Because I prefer Lamb on the outside. So, yeah, I agree.
Do you guys think it's because I thought about this the other day because I looked at an old film that I broke down to him. Do you guys think it's that he understands it more because he understands Boise concepts with Kellen Moore? Because it looks like he knows the offense damn near as good as Dak.
Yeah. I mean, that could be part of it. I mean, also he's been back there for a while. And maybe he's taking advantage of that extra time that he's had not being on the field, where he's just like asking questions, going over the playbook, things like that. And then add that on top of his athleticism and what he can do on the trick plays and all that. I mean, it's just like boom, 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 boom. We've seen so many times on the Cowboys where we're like, oh, this guy's so fast and I hope he does well. And then we see him in preseason and all they do is drop balls. But
this is definitely a game we don't need to have his drops.
But when Gallup went down, the first time when Gallup went down earlier in the season, the first thing I said was, it sucks. I wish we still had Gallup, but his injury is the least of my worries because I know that Cedric can absorb anything and I know he'll be fine. And then we just took off. Addition
by subtraction.
Yeah.
Because we got Jarwin back too, and we know Dak trusts him a
lot. Ooh, down the seams, Jarwin. Oh my God. Because
Jarwin back is just as big.
Yeah, I do too.
This might be a Jarwin week actually, because their backers are pretty aggressive, pretty athletic, but they're really run first. So you can get behind them, and then their back end plays a little bit soft because they're not as good. So I think there's some good eating in there for Jarwin off of play action with 12 personnel.
That's actually a good. I think that he might go off. Actually, that's actually a good one. I think he might go off this week.
I actually think it was Tuck and Skywalker who was breaking down video, and sweeps on their defense works just how they run. Yeah, we actually need to get our O-line pulling this week. Because we're going to just run it straight up the gut.
Oh, yeah. Oh, please, Lord, no. Don't do that.
Waste the run, please.
Those are two, like, our center and our left guard are weakest, and we keep running it right there. Well, when Connor McGovern was in, we kept, like, really running it right there. It's much better with Connor Williams in, but I still don't like the run up the gut. I don't like it.
Their alignment on their defensive line is a little wide, so we might be able to get them with some traps, maybe some powers where we kind of kicking down and having the guard pull around. I really don't see anything in their alignment and how they play defense as to why we couldn't do anything that we want to do. If they come up and they try and do that stuff Arizona was doing, they don't have the back end for that, so we'll tear them up. If they don't do that, we'll run the ball on them. We'll play action in the death. I really just don't. Like, for me and Elton, when we talked about it, and I didn't have a chance to really talk with you about it, I just feel like their best chance is just a play keep away. Because they have nothing for us on the other end.
That's why I think they're going to try to just run the ball.
Which is kind of why I want the ball first.
Yeah. I mean,
they can't play keep away for the whole game, though.
They can't. So what do y'all think, now that we're talking about running the ball, or I brought it up actually, but what do y'all think about Tony Pollard?
I think Pollard killed them last year when we played, even though both
in the pass game though.
Even though both teams was mash units, but Pollard got them last year.
They actually have nothing for Tony Pollard in the pass game, really. I mean, he's just too shifty. He's too shifty, and the thing that gives Tony Pollard trouble really more than anything is when you play disciplined defense, like when you don't give him lanes, when you have pursuit, really good pursuit defensively. This team, I don't think that they really have an identity defensively.
I don't think so.
It's just really just to not get beat deep and to bend but don't break. And that's right up Pollard's alley, in my opinion.
No, I agree. We kind of touched on this slightly in Star Gang, but not a whole lot. But the checkdowns, a lot of checkdowns go to Zeke. I want those to go to Pollard. If they're going to go to a running back at all, they need to go to Pollard. And, because he's just shiftier. There are two different types of backs. And if you're going to check it down to one of them, it needs to be the shiftier, faster, fresher one.
Which is actually crazy because Zeke's hands is better.
Yeah, because I feel like that's debatable. I feel like we don't have enough. He has dropped some like easy ones right to his hands.
I'm like, come
but
on,
I also feel like it's hard to really fully gauge because he just doesn't get the ball as much. So it feels like more because when he gets it, sometimes it's like, oh, but he doesn't get it enough. You know what I'm saying? But it's a conversation. It's a conversation, but I definitely think that just off his ability to miss tackles and more agility, that he should get those kinds of passes, and they should not go to Zeke. And I'm a Zeke fan. I defended Zeke several times, but I love Mama E. Mama E's awesome. She might be at Lot 10 at tailgate on Sunday, but Zeke should not be getting those. It should be Pollard, in my opinion.
This is how we should treat them. You guys are probably really familiar with this because it's probably one of the last times we were really good. It's kind of the Julius Jones, Marion Barber effect, where Zeke right now is Julius Jones. Julius Jones was our 1,000-yard back, but the guy who's the closer, the guy who we put in to energize the crowd was Marion Barber at the time. And I think that, but one thing that they, I think, did one time, which was out of character, was I think they started Marion Barber.
Yeah, the damn Giants.
I remember that.
Giants 12.
Let's not do that. Let's just, let Tony be that sixth man off the bench like he's been doing and don't do anything different.
Yeah, because they actually got.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
They actually got too smart with themselves during that bye week.
Yeah.
I agree that I don't agree that he should start. But certain things like that, I definitely think that he should get more of those.
Definitely within the flow of the game. Just keep it within the flow. Don't overthink it, like Elton is pretty much saying too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't get too cute, because Kellen does have a tendency to especially in the red zone, he'd be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna try this." No. We just need to score, bro.
Oh, trust me, he's getting cute on Sunday. We at home. That's just not. That's
he's jobs too. He's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna show him this, But as long as it
works, gonna be in his bag Sunday.
Yeah, he is.
Now, if we was on the road, we'd be getting them dumbass wide receiver screens.
Oh Lord. Or the jet sweep. I hate the jet sweep. We can't never do the jet sweep, but we keep doing it. We keep trying. I don't like it. The jet sweep does not work for us. Maybe once in the past 3 years.
That's because we don't have Lucky Whitehead no more.
Don't even say Lucky Whitehead name at the start.
Where is Lucky Whitehead?
You know what? It's actually funny. So I have a funny story about him. I coached his little brother this year. So I've been trying to, work on something where I get Lil Mello to get me his number and I get him on the channel or something like that. But he's from out here, actually. He's from the Virginia area. Yeah.
I remember I met him when he played for Dallas. He was out every Sunday after the Cowboys played. I met him so many times. I got a picture with him. I'm like, "You're drunk. I'm drunk. Let's take a picture." I'm like, "How are you already as drunk as me and you just played? What's going on?"
He already knew he was getting his 4 snaps. And he's good.
Yeah, you know how they call homeboy from the Saints Slant Boy. He's Jet Boy.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. It's funny too, because I remember when the Giants signed him, and my husband was actually cool with him. My husband actually had his phone number at the time, and we saw him out again, and he was saying how, I wanted to stay in Dallas. They didn't want to re-sign me, but I love it here. I bought my mama a house here, type of thing. And we're like, "Oh, sorry, bro. Giants suck. Bye."
Well, you should have been like, why.
Why you ain't in Dallas.
You know what, though? I was a little tipsy, and my husband said I wasn't that nice to him. And I'm like, "Oh, I feel bad now, but whatever."
Lucky know why he ain't in Dallas.
Exactly.
It got nothing to do with no damn contract.
Okay, we're off topic. Okay.
Well,
we're in that jet sweep a little bit too many times.
He's like, bring his ass back to Dallas. Very like, no. Don't you even think about it, buddy.
Oh, anyways, hopefully, if they do run the jet sweep on Sunday, it's successful. But
they gonna run a jet sweep and damn said gonna throw the ball down the field.
Maybe they need to hit them with a dose of their own medicine. Remember, like the little jet sweep flip and have him throw the ball or fake like he gonna throw it or something. Kellen's gonna be in his bag, man. I can't wait to see what he comes up with, because I do know that he's way better at home and it's a familiar opponent too. Well, he's not familiar with the opponent as much. He's a little bit tentative.
He goes very.
But Washington, the Giants, and Philly,
and the Rams.
He be tearing the Rams' ass up too.
You know what else I think is funny? And I don't watch any of these shows, but people keep putting them in my face. So I seen like clips or whatever. But they keep talking about how Debo, he can throw the ball too. And it's like,
man, that pass was a damn duck.
Let's throw the ball.
I'm like, hello, Cedric Wilson.
I'm like, let him throw the ball.
Cedric Wilson be like, woo. He be giving some pretty passes.
Debo throw it, then run it.
Me too.
Me too. Like,
please
throw it all game if you want to.
Exactly. Let him go and play quarterback.
But it's like you're not even mentioning that Cedric Wilson has done this multiple times for us. Like they just leave out all kinds of context. It's crazy to me.
We already know that though.
Yeah.
And we all know if we win Sunday, the 49ers wasn't really that good.
And it's just Jimmy G.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I told a 49er fan that anyway. They were like, you guys don't play well against tough teams. I said, and Sunday we won't either. It'll be the same thing after Sunday.
Yeah, like a beat writer for San Francisco posted all these QBs. Oh, these are the QBs that the Cowboys beat since November. And most of the Cowboys fans' comments were, "Oh, so Jimmy G fits right in. Like,
exactly.
Not good.
Don't worry about it, dog.
Play Trey Lance if you want to. His ass will get tore up too. He probably get it worse.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so we'll probably win on Sunday. Then is what you're telling me because we beat bad QBs. Like, this isn't the flex you think it is. Bye.
Really, it's not.
Bye.
I just don't think they have enough.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like I think they're a good team. I think they have some good weapons.
Yeah, they didn't make the matchup I particularly wanted, but we're here.
If they had a better QB, I'd be more worried. If they had anything besides their D line on defense, I'd be worried.
I actually would have rather played the Rams.
Oh, hell yeah. Kellen be
yeah.
I'm trying to tell y'all. Kellen be all over the place on them.
Because the Rams are overrated too, and no one talks about that. But
I actually wanted the Cardinals again because they actually wasn't gonna do the same thing the second time.
Hell no.
I mean, yeah, our offense wasn't gonna be the same. I agree with that. If I could play against a QB that doesn't run, that's what I would prefer. But other than that, yeah.
Because if you think about this, since Dak's rookie year, he hasn't lost to the same team twice since his rookie year.
Yeah, he hasn't. You're right.
I didn't even think about that, but that's true. And that goes for Kellen too, man. I mean, I get on Kellen a little bit, but when Kellen sees you more than one time, he gonna tear your ass up. It is what it is.
So I'm not worried about playing the Bucks or the Cardinals again. I'm like this. If that goes to you, he gonna get you back that second time.
And let's be clear, those games weren't 3 points, and we missed kicks in both of them. So
only time we got our ass whooped was Denver.
Yeah, and they ain't in the playoffs. And we already talked about that. That was an anomaly. Like literally nothing went right in that game. Like anything that could go wrong literally went wrong.
Facts.
And that's just not going to happen.
If we play them next week.
Yeah, like if I would love to face Denver in the playoffs, I'd be like, yes, easy win. Because it won't happen again. It won't happen again. But now they don't even have a coach. But,
They might. He might be coaching on Sunday.
Yeah, they want ours.
Yeah.
What's your score prediction?
Did y'all talk about how we re-signed Will McClay?
Oh, we didn't. But yes, that's awesome.
Okay, we can get into that before we go to score. Oh yeah, I already knew that was gonna happen.
That's clutch.
Man, because he's the GM without the title.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, people think, oh, it's an upgrade. He'll go to a team and he can do this and he can do that and he'll have the title. But it's like, I think he has it great at the Cowboys. From what we know about how they do things, he gets to still, run the department how he wants to. He's literally like Steven's right-hand guy. He gets all this glory, none of the backlash, and gets paid like a GM.
Yeah,
Who wouldn't want that? Just for a title? Who cares?
I think for me it's more about love and value. And I think that the Cowboys came correct like they were supposed to, and they showed that we value you with this organization. And I'm glad they didn't let him out the door, because somebody else would have came and rolled out the red carpet. And sometimes when you get that, things you weren't looking for and smacks you dead in the face, you kind of get your nose open a little bit. I didn't want him to get his nose open at all, or even to look at another situation again. Now, we know New York is a dumpster fire. Wasn't too much worried about that, but you never know, man. Somewhere else might just look a little bit better than here.
I think he got one of them deals where they like, hey, whenever Jerry goes, you're the GM in damn title.
Maybe, but I agree with a lot of what you said is, it's like a respect thing where he knows that they really value him. They came with something that shows it. And he was like, okay, like, why would I leave? This is great, But I mean, maybe they did say, you know what, once he leaves, title, boom. I wouldn't give a damn about a title as long as I get to, he's doing a lot of the same things and he's getting all this praise and he's getting the same amount or more money.
Probably the only thing the GM does, he doesn't do is probably negotiate contract.
He doesn't do the money. And he said on Dallas radio, he's on Dallas radio from time to time. And he said, like, I don't even like dealing with the money. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that. Like the negotiating the money part, he said, like, I'm glad that Steven handles that. So I guess they have this, relationship. I know most fans can't stand the Joneses, but apparently they're not that bad.
Yeah, I know. Jerry like doing deals, so Jerry likes doing that shit. Hey, Jerry will wake up and do a deal any day. Oh yeah.
Jerry never sleeps. He goes to bed really late and wakes up really early and drinks Johnny Walker Blue and.
About to be like, it's that 7-Eleven wine keeping him up.
Right, like what? Can you imagine like being there and seeing him walk in? You're like, this can't be the real Jerry. Like, why are you in here?
What the hell you doing here, man? It's
3:45. 7-Eleven wine and McGriddles.
Yeah, like putting salt on the McGriddle. Like, what is he doing?
Jerry a regular dude, man. He a regular dude with a boat.
The helicopter's outside. Don't worry. I damn parked on the roof.
He takes the helicopter to the game so he can avoid traffic. Like, oh, must be nice.
That damn traffic, I don't blame him.
Yeah, that traffic is oof. Even when you go
why not? It's his city.
It is his city. It's his city, definitely. I remember one time he was mad because he said he had to go back and pick up Steven because Steven was late. Like rich people problems, like what?
Don't they all live in the same neighborhood?
Jerry lives in the same, I think they said Jerry lives in the same house that he lived in when Lamar Hunt was alive, and they lived like across the street or like in the same neighborhood, like walking distance. So I don't know where Steven lives, but no, I don't think Jerry has ever moved since then. So probably not far because they're extremely close.
Yeah, I thought all the Joneses lived in the same like neighborhood. And
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they did. I mean, I'm pretty sure they all live in Highland Park, which isn't that big, so probably not far. Crazy ass family.
Look, do y'all watch Twilight? Do any of y'all watch Twilight? My wife makes me watch Twilight, right?
Nope.
And there's like this vampire family called the Voltaire. Like that's what they remind me of. Like they just from the ivory tower.
I love Twilight.
And they just
That's them probably. Did y'all see that clip of when they were at the Eagles game box and Jerry's like grandson, I guess Jerry wasn't paying attention, but some Eagles fan threw like a shirt up for Jerry to like sign or something. And the grandson caught it and he looked at it and he saw it was an Eagles shirt and he threw it back down.
Hey, I didn't know that.
He threw it back down like, nope.
Like, we are not signing this shit.
Like, what are you thinking? That whole family, they're a vibe, actually. They're a vibe. I can have a big family like that was all just, and they're successful too. Like, they're all educated. Like, Jerry Jr. is a lawyer. He, worked for the Cowboys. Obviously, who Charlotte is. Like, they're a whole vibe,
I'm like, I don't even know what Jerry Jr. does.
He's a lawyer. He got his law degree, but he does, I think he does marketing. I can't remember. But he looks just like Jerry. I mean, they all kind of do, but yeah, Jerry Jr., yeah, he went to law school.
Yeah, Charlotte looked like him with the wig on.
Yeah, she does. She does.
Charlotte's the one that actually needs to take over when damn Jerry goes.
Charlotte is the one that was like, hey, get this deck deal done now.
Cause she know. She probably grabbed Steven by the ear, like, what you doing, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
He was like, Dad, get this shit done. Well, we fucked this all up.
Yeah, she's like, if you don't get this done now. Yeah, and they said she was like not playing. Like, y'all better stop playing.
Mm-hmm. So. Jerry said, okay. All right.
Daughters, she's the only daughter too. Psh, I can relate to Charlotte. We always get what we want. Duh.
Jerry's like, all right, let me damn come in here. What you want, Dad?
Exactly. Charlotte said we gotta get this done. Yeah. Smart woman.
Yep. And Steven, I don't know what's gonna happen when Steven take over.
Charlotte gonna have to grab him by the ear again. She's gonna have to keep grabbing him.
I don't know. I mean, I like this year. I feel like even though Jerry still after games and stuff gives reports on people being injured or stuff like that, I feel like they've gotten out of the way this year. I think they let Mike run the team, and I like it. I like it a lot. I think that they've given him a lot of rope because I think they know that he's shown them that he knows what he's doing. They've let Will and Mike work hand in hand, and I like it a lot. It looks different. We feel different as a team. We look different. I'm excited about this team.
I agree with that because now that I think about it, now that you mention it, like, it does seem like they've been a lot more hands-on, and I feel like maybe they were super more hands-on while Garrett was there because he didn't have the same pedigree or experience, but they wanted him around and they wanted to be like, here's your opportunity, but okay, he's not ready yet, so let's help him. And they kept trying to do certain things to like hope it was successful, meddling a little bit, whether people agree or not, but I can agree with that. They've kind of stepped back a little bit, like deferring more.
I don't really think they meddled with actually Garrett that much because actually Garrett coaching staff seemed to run everything. Like Rod and all them, they the ones who seem to run everything.
I do think that they gave them a lot of leeway, like more than people outside of Cowboys fans think. But I do feel like it's definitely more deference now. Like it, and this might be a stupid example, but just roll with me. Let me think it out. I'm just thinking about this on top of my head. Like the finish the fighting. Like Garrett was also fight. And so that's what the team took on, and they did all the promo videos and all of that. Boom. And a Redskins fan or Washington football or whatever, who they are now. I don't know, Commander. I don't know the name. Commander. But he was like, oh, y'all are going to finish the fight. I'm like, we have a whole new staff, a whole new thing. We're not doing finish the fight. Like, that was under a whole new thing. And you notice we haven't seen any kind of promo videos, no finish the fight, none of that. I think that is part of, like, oh, no, we don't want that. We're good.
Mike is all football. That's why. Yeah. You hear his press conferences. It's all football. He ain't about the drama. He ain't about none of that. Like I really enjoy it because they won't even ask him no off the wall stuff now. They won't even if they do, like he'll kind of roll with it, but he's football, all football.
Yeah.
If you heard him with Hard Knocks, everything, like it made me want to jump out and play. It made me want to play for him because everything he talked about Super Bowl then, and he meant it.
And I like that. I agree. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You ready? Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No. Yeah, I was kind of done, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's been all football, and that's all we've really asked for as fans. For the most part, we don't like people think that, like, oh, we love being America's team because we're in the limelight. No, like as fans, we want to see our football team win. We don't care about these drama stories. Matter of fact, we hate them.
Hate them. Yeah. Hate them with a passion.
Yes. Yeah. Of course, I agree.
Do you?
I mean, everything gets blown super out of proportion.
Off when they talk about Joseph Randle stealing draws. Like, I want to hear this shit. I'm like, come on.
Oh God. I mean, everything. I remember like it was one time where like it was like our fourth string that got pulled over, and it was like this is a dude that's literally not going to make the team. Like
and most the first.
Yeah, TMZ, Cowboys player, blah, 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 gets pulled over. It's like.
I think the damn Zeke suspension shit was probably one of my worst football seasons ever. I damn hated life that year. I damn hated life in damn 2017. I wanted to fight Roger Goodell. I swear to God, if I would have called Roger Goodell, I would damn still be in jail right now.
That was a big part of that was the Maras. And see, that's what they get. They deserve this shit because a big part of that was the Maras, and now look at them. Looking for another coach and another GM.
Oh, it makes me happier than to see the Giants go 13-3 every year now. You little bitch.
Yeah, to this day, man, nobody could look us in the face and tell us why he served 6 games.
No, they can't. They can't tell us why Dez didn't catch it either.
He got worse than some people get for actually being in domestic violence situation. Hell, Richard Sherman ain't served one damn week.
The goddamn Giants kicker beat his wife at the Pro Bowl, and they gave him a contract extension 3 days later. Mm-hmm. I'm like,
yep, they trash.
But, I know it was a couple years before, prior, and all that stuff. But damn, Riley Cooper said he could beat every N-word,
and he just went to playing again until
they gave him a contract extension. I'm like,
yeah, they be wilding. But yeah, no. What I was gonna mention
was hard with stomach too.
Was when Dak got signed. One of the big things they talked about during that press conference. He mentioned it multiple times. Pretty sure McCarthy mentioned it too. Maybe even Steven, where they said culture change. Gonna be a culture change, gonna be a culture change. And we're like, oh yeah, culture change. But it actually happened. And like there's a noticeable difference between what we've been used to and what has happened this season. Even on the sidelines, watching the sounds from the sideline, we're like, the players are more engaged with each other. Like even the, Jaquan Hardy, who's technically, a nobody, quote unquote, or whatever to most people. Ito Smith, they were all like congratulating him, like Dak's congratulating him, Zeke's getting the ball for him. Like that is a whole different vibe than what we're used to in general on the sideline. It's a different type of camaraderie, and they hold each other responsible. They hold themselves responsible. And that's how you win big games right there.
It started by getting rid of the Garrett guys. Not necessarily guys with talent, but the guys that were the favorites. Mm-hmm. Guys like Tyrone Crawford, and that's not to call him out, but I'm just saying Tyrone Crawford wouldn't make this team.
Jason Witten, the same thing. Like he was saying how he would have, that was it before last season, he wanted to come back, and they're like,
Oh, nah.
As a player? Are you sure you want to come back as a player? Like, okay, but you might be third string. Like, you can try out like everybody else. Nope, he didn't want to do that.
It sounds funny. Sean Lee couldn't make this team.
He couldn't. He really couldn't, even though his ability never hindered him. It was just his health. But yeah, I mean, at this point, he's just not what he once was.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we got rid of the Ivy League type mentality where it was just like we're gonna outsmart everyone, and we just got football guys. We're getting guys from Alabama now. We're not passing on. We're not passing on talent.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting actual football players. We're not. Oh, let me go see if they got this. I like that FBS kid over there over this kid who played in the SEC. Like, nah, we getting the SEC kid now.
Yep. Exactly. I mean, and the thing is, I mean, we really haven't had anybody act up or be crazy. Like we haven't paid attention to any of that, but we still haven't had anybody that's really been like a distraction at all. I mean, we had the Casey situation. Other than that, hasn't been anything.
Because if you read everything, the Lyle Collins suspension was bullshit.
I mean, yeah, they said he tried to bribe him, and then he had proof that he didn't, and then all this other stuff, and it was
bribing thing was a damn locker room joke that they took serious.
Yeah,
because Lyle Collins was like, "Yeah, I am gonna have to bribe him if I keep getting all these tests." Because they actually tried to get Dak to snitch on him. Like, yeah, it was a locker room joke.
I never understood why he was already in the program and getting so many tests to begin with. I was like, what? Why is he getting so many tests to begin? I was confused. I didn't know why he was getting tested that many times anyway. I was like, that's weird. But, you know. And I mean, did he pass the other times? Like, they made it seem like, oh, he's trying to avoid him. Like, did he pass all the other times? Like, this is weird.
Better him than Gregory.
Oh, definitely. Happy for Greg. I'm so happy for him. All he does now is drink a lot of wine.
Ain't mad at it.
I'm good.
Yeah, no bull.
Score predictions.
Final scores. Okay, this is the first thing that came to my mind when I was thinking about it yesterday. So I'm going to stay with it. 41-23 Cowboys.
Ooh, we is almost in the same ballpark. I got 42-24 Cowboys.
Ooh.
I'm going to stick with my first prediction. I said 31-17, but I would not be surprised at a 40 burger because the media is asking for this 40 burger. The media is asking for it bad. And see, they were a bad matchup for us because they could have caught us sleeping, and where they would have been like, where the national media would have just thought we would steamroll them, but they're a tough team. Now it's to the point where it's like,
yeah, done talk too
y'all
much.
Y'all might have just got them an ass whooping.
Yep, they done earned what's coming. Definitely. Well, I hope all of us are right. In some capacity.
Don't damn go out there and score 6 points on us, Dallas. I'm gonna have to delete this video.
Whew. Goodness.
Yeah,
Lord.
but I damn feel good about this week. It seems like Sunday's taking long though.
It is taking long. At least tomorrow's finally Friday. I'm gonna wake up early on Sunday. I'm gonna eat some Hooters. I'm gonna take a bunch of shots, and then I'll be at the stadium on time.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all gotta take another picture together because we need that dub. Every time y'all all show up, every game together, we get the dub.
Yes, we're gonna do it. We definitely got it.
It's gonna be on top of a table again.
Yeah, definitely. long as we win, I will be on that table. I'll be there.
We all gonna have to make it out there next season.
Yeah. No, we'll definitely be in more games next season. And then the tailgate and all that is fun. So, yep, I'll be there.
We'll definitely. Yep, I'm gonna definitely be. I'm gonna at least try to go to 4 of them this season.
I'm gonna try to hit an away game. I haven't been to an away game yet, so.
I think we actually play the Rams in LA, so that is about an hour flight. So I think I might go to that.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. We'll see. I'm thinking about it. It depends on what days they're going on or like what parts of the month. But yeah, I'll be there. At least one.
If we win this game or we somehow get Tampa, I got a place to stay if I go out there.
I looked at tickets already. Woof. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I'm coming back to DC anytime soon. I'm coming back to DC no time.
I got you, bro. I got you, man. I got you, bro. Just chill at the Fridays out here. Hey, there won't be no
problem. Hold on, let me make sure motherfucker ain't watching. Oh shit! Yeah, I don't know. Maybe by next football season, the bounty might be off my head in DC.
I love DC. I'm gonna go back. I gotta go back to DC.
In about 9-10 months. Oh man, shit! This was a good show.
It was a good show.
Yeah, if I'm try to come back on Sunday. Now, we lose. Fuck y'all.
I'll be drunk regardless. So I will not be back on.
She's gonna be drunk.
She's
gonna be out.
I'm gonna be done. Yeah.
She's gonna be drunk.
I'm gonna be done.
We win.
Take a shot from Jamie Foxx, you know. Blame it on the alcohol.
Yep. I'm gonna be out of there. BJ gonna probably have to carry me out.
Spoony's coming down too, ain't he?
Yeah, BJ, Spoonie. Yeah. Tuck. Yep.
I think my man Foot's trying to make it out there too.
We'll be out there. Anybody coming to lot 10? As long as they're a Cowboys fan, it's all good.
Shit, if I would have known what I know, I then wouldn't have went to the Arizona game, and I would have went to this.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be the one. We're gonna all white. Yeah, all white. We're gonna like go crazy. It's not gonna be a 49er takeover at all.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I'm gonna be up about 3:30 in the morning.
I hope Cooper Rush get in the game.
Right? Me too.
Hold on, let's not just say that just yet.
Well, knock on wood for the right reasons.
Yeah, for the right reasons.
Yeah, let's not.
For the right reasons. Cooper get in there and do his thing. I agree. Be ready. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Anytime. Yep, so we're going to end it here and let's get this victory Sunday.
Let's get 6.